Bhavna from Black Rose. That life without the rose is sad. So, and you
Thank
wouldn't
you.
want to exist in a world like that. So,
I think we just never wanted to sing about something we didn't believe in. We never wanted to sing about things that maybe had the wrong message that we don't feel true.
I mean, it's just too deep. You'd just be like, Bhavna, just do anchoring, just host. I think leave that
Right, your
listening
voice.
into it.
By listening all that terms, it's making us very confused.
Well, yeah, because like you said, we've never been to India. We're very excited. We love Indian curry with naan and a bunch of. Uh,
Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. Today I'm joined by South Korean rock indie band The Rose, which has risen to tremendous success in the past few years. They released their second album, Dwell, this year itself, which was listed on Billboard Hot 200. And they're coming to Lollapalooza, India for the first time in January. They joined me from Seoul right here on India Today.
Welcome to India today.
Hello, everybody. We are the Rose, and my name is Woosung from the Rose.
And I am Dojoon from the road.
I'm Jaehyeong from the Rose.
Hello, I'm Hajoon from the Rose.
Hello, I'm Bhavna from Black Rose because I'm a
Hey.
fan. Woosung in an interview said that life without love is it's sad. Life without music is sad, and I would like to add that life without the rose is sad. So, and you
Thank
wouldn't
you.
want to exist in a world like that. So, thank you for your music. Thank you for comforting people and fans through your music. And thank you for finally coming to India this January because I'm really looking forward to Lollapalooza India.
Yeah.
And before that, I want to also thank you, Book My Show, for finally making this happen. I wanted to know this has been a remarkable year for the Rose, right? With the kind of music that has come out, you all have experimented with the melody, with the sound, and it has worked. Billboard 200 list, such great achievements that have come this year. Uh, and it all started with the fact that y'all never intended to make any records. It was pure, it came from a place where it was pure love for music and for craft, right? So do you sometimes feel a bit surreal when you look back to 2016 when it all just started, and today it's just so there's just so much to sort of feel gratitude towards, right? Do you feel surreal or overwhelmed by it at any point?
No, I don't think we ever feel really overwhelmed. We're just happy that we get to share it, and there are people that enjoy it in their own daily lives. And we don't feel overwhelmed because we don't feel like we're more special than any of our listeners, or we don't feel the pressure to be better uh, than what we already are as just humans. So yeah, no pressure there. We're just happy to share, happy to love, make music. Yeah.
Yeah. And as we live, except we go on to our social media or we attend to our show, we don't really feel that we are, getting this much attention.
Please,
Yeah.
I am not going to believe that because I believe that when y'all are even on a road or in public space, there might be people coming, walking up to you and just saying that y'all have made a difference in their life. Because I know so many friends DM'd me when they
Really.
sort of like got to know that I might be interviewing. They were just like, "Oh my God, you are interviewing the Rose." I was like, "Yeah, guys." I mean, I can flex
Really.
about it a bit. But but I also want to know from you all. Dwell. I mean, Heal was a very different album completely, and the sound just changed when it comes to Dwell as an album, right? But what remained intact was the root. The root that the sound or the melody that the Rose has. I mean, the music that y'all are known for, that remains the same. I believe that is very challenging to do that, especially when you have attained the kind of success you have. How do you remain true to that? How do you remain true to the root with which the Rose started off? Is it sometimes difficult, or does it come naturally? Like you know that this is just going to
Yeah.
be there.
I think it just comes naturally because the root of the Rose's sound is, you know, my voice, Leo's, Tojoon's voice, Chaeyoung's bass, and Hajoon's drums. with Dojoon's production and my guitar. So there's not really a genre we can't tap into and say this is not the Rose. At the end of the day, if we wrote it, if we're writing it, if we're singing it, if we're singing the lyrics that we really want to spread with a message, it's gonna be the Rose. I don't think we feel limited to one genre in a
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
whoever we work with, in terms of a producer or writer or whichever genre that we do, at the end, it's going to be the Rose's final touch. It's going to be always there. So I think that makes the Rose sound as the Rose, like that.
Lovely. I also want to know because I remember that in one of the interviews, you all mentioned that when you all decided to sort of debut with Sorry as the single, there were people around because everyone has an opinion, right? And not that it's wrong, but just saying that everyone does have an opinion. I remember you mentioned that people did say that why do you want to debut with a single like Sorry? Maybe a brighter song would do better, So I want to know when you're changing your sound or experimenting after attaining a certain level of success, it comes with a responsibility towards your fans, towards people who are listening to you, and people who also have opinions, right? How do you detach yourself from that opinion? Because that is also very important as an artist to be able to do that, to remain true to what you are as a performer, as a musician.
Right.
How do you do that?
I think we just never wanted to sing about something we didn't believe in. We never wanted to sing about things that maybe had the wrong message that we don't feel true to ourselves singing it. And that was basically it. Sorry, was the first song that we wrote together that's actually been out. We wrote many songs together before, but Sorry was the one we felt like was true to our message at the time, what we felt at the time as like 25, 24 year olds. We resonated with that song. And I think at the end of the day, music is just, us, we are the messengers of spreading it. And there are listeners of music. There are people who listen to this music and go through different things in life than us. But at least we could be the spark of that like energy. And that's all we want to do. So for us, it's very important. And it's not about staying true to ourselves. And it's never difficult. Like none of these are difficult because we're just showing you who we are. And
Right.
yeah. And I think the listeners are accepting it in terms of like, okay, that's who they are, but this is how I interpret this music, which is totally fine with us. That's why we never really like explaining too much about our songs because we wanted it to be special for you and your own meaning, right?
True, actually. You're on mute. Dojoon, you're on mute.
Yeah, as human being, as we live, whatever emotions or a message that we have, we go through, we just want to have that implied in our sound or lyrics, and that's how we stay true to ourselves as musicians. But like if it's not like related to music, we just we just try to be very honest. That's what we do. And if we're together with our fans, we try to enjoy the moment as much as possible. And that way, I think we can this like part
Detach yourself, like separate.
detach the Rose version of ourselves and our individual version of ourselves.
Wow, lovely. So now I want to also have Hajoon and Jaehyeong contribute a little. So I would ask you all now, what is the collaborative process like? Because like you said, you write or you perform what you believe in, right? But that emotions I feel are fleeting. You might feel something at this moment which you're writing about, but tomorrow you might feel something else. How do you sort of navigate those feelings when you're writing or collaborating on a certain piece? Or what is your process like as a group in general when you're writing something or making a new piece or a new melody?
For me, 그 썼을 때 감정이랑 무대에 올라왔을 때 감정이랑 항상 같을 수는 없기 때문에 무대 올라갈 때는 그때 당시에 그 감정 그대로 올라가는 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 뭔가 그 당일날의 감정을 또 이렇게 곡에 얹어서 표현을 하다 보니까 관객분들도 그거를 또 좋아해 주셔서 저의 공연에 많이 오는 게 아닌가 싶습니다.
See, that is why y'all are performers and musicians, and I can never be that because I mean it's just too deep. But what
No, you
about you?
can. Yeah.
No, you when you hear my voice when I'm singing, you'd just be like, Bhavna, just do anchoring, just host. I think leave that,
Right,
leave
your voice.
singing to us. But I would like Jaehyeong to also add something. Like, how do you sort of dabble between those two feelings?
Thing for me is yeah, this for me same is different, but it's different. But I'm trying to bring the same emotion on stage, but it's every time every year is different. But yeah, I'm trying to, and I want to send a message on stage to our fans. Because when you wrote this song, we wanna put some message, and when you go on the stage, we wanna send the same message to our fans. But yeah, I know it's gonna different, but I try to. Yeah.
Lovely. So now individually also I want to know your strengths. Of course, we are all aware of. Woosung, I believe. Again, people have this thing, and I believe that you have this very unique and one of the most remarkable voice that we have in the industry. Also, I'm learning new words. So there's something called cursive singing, which I believe that people really love how you sort of do that. And again, I'm also learning about the head voice and the chest voice and how it can sound differently. But it is difficult, right, to sort of sing from your head voice because I tried and I was just like, it's tough. It it looks so natural when you're doing it, but tell me, does it take a lot to be able to do that?
I mean, to be
Well,
honest,
by
yeah.
listening all that terms, it's making us very confused.
Well, like, yeah, because like, I think there's like many ways of approaching singing, right? There's ways of approaching it like how you mentioned it, like chest voice, head voice, and like the technical things. But I think just like the Rose, when I started singing, that's not how I started. I just sang to express feelings and emotions, and I didn't know what chest voice meant or head voice meant, and maybe that's why my voice is not as strong as maybe these technical singers. Um, but yeah, like now I understand. After singing for more than 10 years, I understand what chest voice and head voice means. But I think it just came naturally as I sang. Um, so yeah, I think it's too complicated if you study singing and try to do it that way. For me, at least, that's not the way I
Yeah.
approached it. Yeah.
No, I can completely agree because these words were too heavy for me as well. I had to Google everything and just understand what is this exactly because we are not used to it, right? Like we do what comes very naturally to us.
Yeah.
But I was curious because a lot of people are almost flabbergasted by the voice. They're like, wow, it's breathy. But does it come naturally or does it take a lot of training to be able to do that? So that's amazing. I want to know,
Thank you.
Dushang, your voice is very different from Woosung, obviously. But what is it that you do to be able to sound a certain way?
I think Semi and I have different vocal cords. It looks different too. That's why it sounds different. But I think when we record, we do think about the techniques, but we think more about how it feels like, how the emotion or how it sounds, the sound like it feels to the listeners. That's what we really concentrate on. And if we think those topics more, I mean those emotions more, then it goes. I think it naturally differs. Semi and I are my voice. I think.
Okay, lovely. I want to know from Hajoon, when you're playing the drum and you want to experiment with the sound, right? What is your reference point like, or how do you work on it with each song and with each music, especially when you're on stage? the energy, everything really adds on to how you're playing that day. How has that changed over the years? Let's put it like that.
일단 we get the energy from our fans basically, but 이게 에너지를 전달을 할 때는 또 뭔가 내 에너지 그대로 전달이 되는 게 아니라 뭔가 사람들이 듣기에 좀 더 좋게 들리게 내가 연주를 하면 그게 오히려 더 에너지가 좋게 전달이 될 때가 있더라고요. 그래서 뭔가 그 밸런스를 좀 잘 조절하려고 노력하는 편인 것 같아요, 무대에서는. So
I'm looking
so
forward
I
to see.
need to sorry. So
No,
I
you
need
were saying.
to control myself. The energy.
Because if they're feeling really low, right, but Hajoon's going really high, it doesn't match the energy. That's why he's saying if he matches the energy with the crowd, I think that's when they feel the most,
Yeah.
Wow, you all have really matured as performers, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you perform in Mumbai in January. Like genuinely looking forward to that. But I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to quickly wrap up with last two questions. But first, I want to ask Jaehyeong that when has there been a piece or has there been a song which was most challenging for you to produce, because a lot really depends on how you're able to sort of support the entire lyrics and song with the music that you're creating, the melody that you're creating, right? Has there been a song according to you which was very, very difficult or challenging to produce?
It's the song called Siso. It's about my story, about my hard time, but the process of writing song it's not that difficult, but the deciding, that's difficult. At the first time, I didn't want to share my story on our album to our fans, to any guys, but I decided to share this song because our members and our partners, every hour, are good friends. So
Yeah.
I think,
No, I think
I did this up,
no, but you did a wonderful job with that. So now, of course, Lollapalooza India. I want to know, you all will be coming to India. What is it that you have heard about India so far, and what is it that you would want to do apart from, of course, performing here? Two things on your bucket list which you would like to tick off once you're here.
Well, first of all, like you said, we've never been to India. We're very excited. We don't know what to expect. I think we could hear other people's opinions about it, but we always had a different opinion about it when we actually went. And we're very excited about the food, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We love Indian curry. Even when we're just street performing, there was a spot in Hongdae that was Indian style curry that we would always go to with naan and a bunch of the Indian rice, and we would always eat there. It was expensive to eat there, but we would have to like save up to eat there because we loved it so much. So yeah, we're excited to try
every special
authentic
day we
Indian
went
food.
there.
Yeah, right. Like after like a
Yeah.
performance, we were like, okay, finally we could go eat
Yeah.
there. So
Wow,
Whether it
you're
was
very
like
cheers
excited about
someone's
food.
birthday or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that just
very
made me
excited for
feel very special because you're going to an Indian restaurant to sort of like celebrate. So once you're here, I think you should really have a big fat ass like meal, because that is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to your experience here. Lollapalooza Brazil, I think, really changed the way y'all also look at festivals, and it really was added a different color to the rose, right? What is it that you are expecting Lollapalooza India? What color do you think that will add to the body of work that the rose has?
I think it will be the start of us getting to know what India really feels like. And I think it'll be more trips after that to India after this Lollapalooza. Yeah.
Yes, this Lollapalooza can be the door to the India culture.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you so much for all your time. And I am rooting for you all to come here and really, really see you all perform. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
It was
Bye.
lovely. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Of course.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So if you love this interview and if you are looking forward to watching the Rose perform at Lollapalooza India, please book your tickets right now at bookmyshow.com.